Welcome. Yes, I sit here for the last 2 minutes or so getting all the treats ready and all. And then I grab the treats and I hold them in my hand because I don't want to give them early because I'll finish them early. So they've got their treats. We now have a few minutes before they start barking. So we'll see how long we can go. Welcome, welcome. Aloha, gang. Oop, it's Aloha Friday. No work till Monday. A dooby doo, a dooby 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 doo. And yes, if you live in Hawaii, you grow up on that song. You sing it on Fridays at the end of the school day. Well, we used to. Back, in the dinosaur days. Way, way, way back Jurassic period. Yeah, somewhere back in that time period. So, how y'all doing? You guys got to know how my mic's working. I was having problems with my mic in another chat the other day. So I turned it down, but then I turned it back up by accident and it's still low. Okay, it is. I was wondering if we were still low from Joe's life. See, Sleuth Mom is reading my mind. The girl is reading my mind. Let me know. I just picked it up some. Let me know if I need to play with it a little bit more. So, hope you guys have had a good week. I have had Oh my gosh. We've got a house guest here and we went around the island yesterday. They went out golfing this morning and I'm like, I'm not a golfer. I'm staying home. I've got a lot to do. Tonight I actually I'm stage managing for Midsummer Night's Dream. So we have our first read through tonight at 6 o'clock, which will lead into some of the discussion. Yes, there will be Cantina before everyone asks me, but it's going to be over on our dear English channel, Living Like Phoenix. And also, before we get started any further, Dawn, sounds good, but that sounds good. I may have gotten it where I needed it. So I never know anymore where it should be. So first of all, MX Big made it in first, and thank you. I had a great birthday. I really had a great birthday. We went out to Signature for steak one night, and my friends threw a birthday party for me the next night, and it's just been a fun week. Fun, busy, but fun week. And birthdays should always take place over a whole week. Okay, personally, I think you should get one extra day for every decade, personally. Okay, so think about it. By the time you're 70, you're celebrating for a whole week. Makes fair to me. Okay, works for me. And well, no, but then I'd have to cut back on the amount of days that I'm celebrating. Okay, no, no. Everyone should have a week. I like that. So thanks, MX Big. Thanks so much. And thanks for the title. Yes, I was having fun. How do I word this title? So I had to play around with that. So thank you. And we will see if, okay, do I see Save Robbie? No, Save Robbie may be sleeping. We hope he's sleeping because Robbie has been fighting the COVID word, the C word, because it's taken over the C word category. Yeah. And also, yeah, hopefully he's getting some rest right now because he needs rest. And then Kim is in the chat, who may also be asleep. We will find out. Did I see Kim pop in? She did say hello again, so she may still be here. And Arctic Fox, I've been following you in here. I've been kind of reading as I've dropped back into the chat and everything. And we are going live for this, the mental health. We do it this time, and then we will be doing Cantina, which will be starting up at 6 my time. Well, actually, I'm not going to say for sure it's 6. Usually it's 6 my time, which is 8 Pacific time, but we will let Living Like Phoenix let us know exactly what time they're starting because she's the champion of Cantina tonight. And so I will let her make that decision. And I just saw her message. Yes. So who else we got here? K9 Rescue is taking an. Okay, guys, it's official. K9 Rescue is taking a nap with Robbie. Yep, we knew something was going on. So 8:30. Okay. So Cantina will be 8:30 p.m. PST. So time. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time. And this could be good. If I'm already slipping over my words, we're already in trouble. So, and then my sleuth girl mom, who's already helping me out, and we've been talking. Both of us are really pissed off because Hawaii went and the House bill for Ariel was totally torn apart, and we're not giving up. It's going to be back next year, bigger and better. That's all I got to say. And yeah, there'll be more info on that as the time comes. So, and Siren, I see my migraine was, yeah, see, migraine show up first. Then we did. Exactly. Love you, Siren. Who else do I have? Anyone else that I missed? Nope, Dawn's here. Yeah, she told me that, and I see Darren here and living like, hey, Darren, how you doing? Thank you also for the birthday wishes, my dear. Let's see, and Rosaline. Rosaling's also hearts out to her. She's dealing with a lot of different good old dental work, and anyone who's ever dealt with dental work knows. I've never had a kid, so I can't tell you about kid pain other than the pain I caused my mom and my dad when I was growing up. But outside of that, dental pain sucks. So hearts out to you, Miss Rosaline. Hey, Karen, how are you doing, my dear? Love seeing everyone here. I love seeing everyone. And don't you guys start. I only said hi to people. You can't start barking now. So, well, oh yeah. See what they do? This is, if you look up closely, you can see there's meat all around it. So they eat all the meat off of it. Then they decide it's no good anymore until they realize I'm not going to give. Oh, we're going to talk too. And then it's like, okay, now, no, you are not dropping that on the ground. We're not playing that game. So, okay, guys. Okay, bring out the chicken meatballs. That works next. So, here we go. We will see how things go. Let me switch over to my good old fashioned banners. What would a mental health live be without a banner? Hey, Savage Games, how you doing, my dear? Yes, talking about games. I got to get back into my World of Warcraft. Okay, yes, I know everyone's like Shadowlands sucks. Sorry for those of you who don't play WoW, but I got to get back into it. I don't know when. Maybe between 4:30 and 5 in the morning. That works. But anyhow, yes. Yes. Thank you, Dawn. It was a great birthday. It really, really was. Birthdays just get bigger and better every year that goes by. So, moving on, mental health live time. Um, okay, as I mentioned, I am going absolutely crazy right now between playing tourist and everything else. So I was sitting here reviewing my script for tonight, breaking it down into what we call beats and all, and figuring out the schedule. And all of a sudden, I looked up at the wall and I'm like, today's Friday. Oh shit, I've got a mental health live. Oh, damn, what do I do now? I'm lost. I don't know what to do. What am I going to do on this? So I real quickly sat down and I thought, what's the one thing I know very well? Dear Amber can tell you just how well I know this because she's one of the ones with approval to kick my ass when I get going too far down the road. And that was being nice. I live my life, everything true crime. Hey, girl. And yes, Karen, real quickly, just to let you know, they've torn up, they took out the visits. Very, very upset about this right now. Hawaii gets into this thing. Well, a lot of people love to get in. Well, people have privacy and all that other crap. And I'm probably going to be doing a live at some point with this. I was hoping I'd be able to do it before they tore it up, but it didn't happen. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And so are a lot of people right now because we are forgetting that children matter also, you know. And so we will be talking more about that. So yeah, hey, that girl. Yeah, so I sat down. I'm like, okay, what can I do something on that I know all too well, and I don't have to go out and research like crazy because sometimes I have to put in longer research for these. And being nice was one of the things because being nice is one of my biggest things. And yes, I can very quickly get run over. I can become a doormat. I can be the one person everyone yells at to do this, but no one cares about that is doing all this. And I could forget that I matter in the course of all this. So I was, sleuth mom. That's why I'm like, yeah, we got to do a video, but it's frustrating right now with Ariel. I'm pissed right now. So here we are. We're going to talk about that. We're going to actually talk today about being nice, because there's nothing wrong with being nice. Every one of us aim to be nice, right? We aim from the time we're little kids. Okay, with our parents telling us, okay, when we go off to kindergarten, okay, don't forget to be nice. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to be good to everyone else. Don't forget to be a friend to everyone else. Don't forget not to lie. Don't forget, don't hurt anyone's feelings. Don't forget. And half of those things end up colliding against each other, and we don't know what the hell. Iris, I'm not sure if I said hi to you, but hi, Iris. And we kind of get back, and over time, especially for some of us, being nice becomes part of who we are. Being nice isn't just something that you do because you're human and you try to be nice, but you be nice because of a whole hell lot of other reasons. And you don't even realize half of those reasons until you sit down years and years later and a couple hundred, if not thousands of dollars worth of therapy, and you're like, oh shit, what have I been doing all this time? And by then, it's hard as hell to change, and you need someone like my dear Amber to kick your ass in the right, okay? So you stop getting okay, and you learn how to stand up for yourself and realize that you matter too. And Arctic, am I talking about your life tonight? See, that's it. And some of us get so overwhelmed from that being nice. Okay, we start doing and we start thinking that we are supermen, superwomen. And it's crazy. So when all of a sudden I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, so I go out and I type in, okay, nice, being nice, or being nice, being bad, or so I forget the term I used. And boom, everywhere I had all this information. I'm like, oh shit, I could have used a whole week to research this one, but you guys get it in 15 minutes of research. And also, but I think it's something that a lot of us here deal with. We talked about codependency last week. And sorry, someone wants to come up and visit. We talked about codependency last week. We've talked about a lot of the things. We've talked about boundaries, right in on this. We're getting to the point where, as we're talking about things, we are starting to see connections. We're starting to see how things connect. Things don't sit in silos. Issues are not in their own area. Okay, everything does connect. Yeah, puppy, one of them at least. This one's trying to, oh my God, this one just wants to be held. It's like I'm going to collapse in your arm. All of this stuff is connected. And the nice bit connects into a hell of a lot of different things I'm discovering. And as I went through, I was really, really lucky, and I came across on Instagram, and I did want to give them credit where credit is due. Whoop! Dog just fell on the ground. Sorry, guys, if I just blew your ears out with that. And let me see. Oop, those are my pictures yesterday of me up on the North Shore, which I'll try to do a video about sometime. Okay, I wanted to give credit where credit's due to Let's Talk Mental Health. They're in Tampa, Florida, and they have a great little Instagram page. Really great Instagram page. It throws out great ideas throughout the time and all. And they actually got through another Instagram page called A Life Colored Amber. And so a lot of people come together and we start talking about ideas, and they're the ones who kind of set me off in this direction, looking at what was out there. So I wanted to thank them for covering the idea and bringing up the idea for so many of us to talk about. There's a lot of things that those of us who are, okay, so let's just start this with this. In chat, And I know this is not everyone. There are some of you guys out there who really have good boundaries and you know how to work them, and you feel comfortable in your own skin with this level. And that's fine. I'm actually very proud of you guys. Put in the chat a 1 if you find yourself at time being too nice for your own good. Put a 2 in chat if you feel you, in general, have a good ability to stand up and say no when you need to say no. Okay, or say the truth when the truth needs to be. Stand up for yourself when you need to stand up for yourself. Because that's what it comes down to. Being nice is a lot of things. It's the ability to tell the truth when the truth is out there. It's the ability to stand up for yourself. It's the ability to understand your boundaries. Yes, you're going to fail once in a while. We're all human. Okay, and that's why I'm saying, for some people, yeah, everyone's there. We've got ourselves some 1s in there. We've got Rosaline with her 2. We've got 1.5 for Karen, where you're working exactly that, girl. And that's something I've been working on, especially in the last year. I'm really trying to work on this myself. And I'm kind of maybe in the 1.25 area, depending where I am in my life at that moment. I kind of go back and forth between maybe a 1.5 and a 1.25. Ah, there you go, Siren. I was waiting for people to get into more decimal points. And also, yeah, this is something that I think all of us at times, different areas we do deal with. And even for those of us who understand this and work within this, it's important to be able to recognize, because sometimes people slip. Sometimes we find ourselves doing things that we're like, oh shit, did I just do that? That might not have been the best idea. And so everything true crime, like at work, I will take everyone's shift that calls off and then I'm burnt. Exactly. I'm right now helping stage manage getting kicked off for a new play. And I ended up with the worst migraine of my life a few days ago. Was it just the play? Hell no. Okay, but it was the play. It was the channel. I was really, really focusing. Those of you who follow Missing Kids, Cody. Okay, I had stuff going on Instagram with that. I had all these, we had the friend staying with us, all these things going on, and it builds up. And I found myself at such a bad migraine that I put myself out completely. And it was really bad. So you have to watch yourself, because over time, I like Karen Lee's there. Yep. 1.12345. At least no one went to pi, so that's good. But I didn't give you guys the option of pi, did I? So let's go ahead and start. So I was trying to come up with some of the things that someone who is too nice for their own good tends to look at. So one of the things I find is that when I'm doing this, I find myself often, I will drop what I am doing, even if that is important to me. It could be the most important thing in the world to me, but someone will come up to me and say, oh, I need this done. And I will literally, and I used to be much worse about that. There is pi, 555, PIE, I would love. And, but all of a sudden, especially in the past, I would be working on something and someone would come up to me and say, oh, you know what? I need to have this done. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll work on that right now. And I'd drop everything. I'd lose my train of thought. Okay, I'd actually put myself further behind the 8 ball, but I was focusing on what that person wanted. And that was all that mattered. I wasn't helping either of us in the end, because I wasn't really giving my all to either of the things. I was trying. But if I look back, I realize I wasn't. Okay, I'm getting much better. In fact, today I'm maid of honor for my best friend coming up in about 2 months. And I've been working, like I said, the play today. I've been working on getting this live together. I've had a couple other things going on and all that. And she contacted me up and she's like, oh, can you take a look? I just got the bouquet information, pictures and all, because she's having special ones made. And can you take a look at that and get back? And it used to be, I would have been like, yeah, here. And I'd push this away and I pick this up and do that. And I never would have been able to give her the real quality time that she needed. But I was so worried if I didn't drop it, that person would think that I didn't care. That person would think that I did not think they mattered to me, that something else was more important than them. So I would do that. Yet today I found myself, and I'm proud of myself to say this, I found myself being able to say, hey, hon, you know what? I'm in a phone call with so-and-so, then I need to get my live ready. As soon as I finish that phone call, I should have about 20 minutes. I will go into the email. I'll check that. I'll get back to you right away if I can. I was able to. I was able to get it all done, and it was awesome. I was able to give her the focus time that she needed at that time, and I felt good about it too. Because in the past, I didn't feel good about it, but I felt good about it. And what's even better, she's like, oh yeah, that's no problem. Give me just, you know what, as long as maybe by the end of tonight or something, you can get to it. Yet in the past, I would have been so worried. And you know what? Most people will say that. It's fine. As long as, when you have time. Very seldom is someone going to pop up and say, it's now or never. And if they do that, then you know what? You've got bigger issues. Now, maybe it is a major issue with a major time frame issue. That does happen. Okay, like today, I went to both my dear Rosalie and Miss Amber, and I was like, guys, I hate to do this to you. I thought I was going to be done in time for Cantina tonight, and I just heard from the producer that they're throwing together a production meeting after our read-through tonight, and I can't do this and everything. But on the same hand, okay, I'm like, can you guys help me? And they're like, oh, hell yeah. Both of them. We're willing to help you, whatever you need. Okay, Rosalie's like, you know what I need? I'm probably not going to be able to stay up late because of pain and all that, which I totally, utterly get. And Amber's like, oh, yeah. And but at the same time, if either of them had said, Loco, I can't do it tonight, like Rosalie did, or if Amber had been able, I'd been like, that's fine. It really does. It's fine. And that's the thing. So many of the times, exactly, Rosalind, you couldn't speak. You would have hurt yourself if you had done that tonight. And that's the thing. A lot of times, if I had been in your position back then, I would have probably said, yeah, I'll do that. And it would have been the worst thing in my life. And all I would have been doing is hurting myself. So here, I'm trying to show on both sides where people multiple times today showed me how you can tell someone, I can't drop everything for you. And but you still matter to me, and I will help you in whatever way I can help you. And it's great to see that able. Karen, Cantina is just a time we all come together after this, about an hour later. Since we work so hard in looking at ourselves and trying to deal with issues ourselves during this time, Cantina is a time for us just to have fun. We talk story, we enjoy each other, we catch each up on our weeks. We just have fun. Do we have some hard-ass discussions? Oh, hell yeah. No, Iris, there is Cantina. Amber is going to pick it up for us. So Amber's pulling it together. But that's the thing. Everyone steps up and helps each other out. And that's what I love about this community, because it's teaching me this too. Because for years, I did not have that lesson, and I would always, yes. And not only would I not be able to do the best that I could at it, I started resenting people for it. I started resenting my friends, for asking me to do things last minute. When the problem was my ability not to just say, hey, I can't right now. Because I was so worried if I said that, they would walk the hell out of my life. And it's amazing to see that. Another thing tied with that is, and I mentioned this earlier, being nice becomes part of your identity. Okay? People always saw Loco, or you guys know, okay, it's not doxing for anyone because everyone knows my name, Cindy. Hi, Michael. Okay, Cindy, she's the nice one. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. Cindy's always there. Cindy's this. Okay, there was always that feeling. And I felt like if people didn't see that, here she goes. Hey, girl. And if I wasn't that way, if I had a bad day and I threw a temper tantrum, or I said no, or I upset someone by standing up for myself or something like that, people would then see me as fake. Makes no sense whatsoever because I was being fake. But in my eyes, I had this thought in my head that everyone knows me as this person. So if I'm not this person, then that means I'm being fake. No, I'm being human, is what I'm being. I'm being human. And my friends like the human. They don't like this person who just tries to fake their way through everything. Okay, it's important with that. Yes, is it nice when you have a friend who's there for you and all? But that's being nice. That's not doing all the other stuff that we're talking about that's hurting you as a person. That's just being good, being nice, being a friend. Okay, just being there. And that's the difference. There's these lines that we see over and over in our lives with boundaries, okay, standing up for yourself, with all these different things. And there's these lines, and it's recognizing where those lines are. And that's the hard problem, is figuring that out. Another thing is I found, yeah, I found this one too. Sorry, I read it to see. Did I find myself for this? Yep, I found myself for this. Okay. You feel overly responsible for others' feelings. Okay. You don't want to cause anyone to be hurt. You don't want to hurt them. Okay. You don't want to do anything that might upset someone. Okay, I'm going to tell you something that happened yesterday. Um, we were doing a drive around the island and we got up to the Turtle Bay Hilton, which is up on the North Shore. Family ordered lunch. All five of theirs, okay, there were, wait, five of us? Yeah, five. Six, no, five. Four of their meals all came. Mine wasn't there yet. Now, I was working on an Amber Alert that had, okay, a little girl went missing yesterday, Edie, and I was working on that, and I kept, all of this was part of my discussion in my head, and my food didn't come. I thought, okay, it's gonna come. We're out by the pool. We were sitting at the pool. Okay, so it's a little bit of a walk from the kitchen to there, so I'm like, okay, it's gonna take a little time. I'll give it a little time. 5 minutes went away, still there. I'm looking at everyone else's plate. They're now halfway done with their food. I'm still waiting. They're now 3/4 of the way done with their food. I'm still waiting. Now, the whole time, everyone at the table's upset for me. I'm not upset. I'm coming up with all of these reasons. Well, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, maybe God is making sure that I have time to get this. Hey guys, come here. Maybe God's trying to make sure I have time to get this Amber Alert thing done. I'm coming up with all these reasons why. And then every time, finally, the girl comes over because we're able to pull her over, and we go to talk to her. And in my head, I literally was thinking, and I actually voiced it. I'm like, I know it's not your fault. I know it's not you did nothing wrong here and everything. I'm wondering if my food's going to come or anything like that. I was so worried about upsetting her. Now, do I want to be an asshole? Oh, no. You don't want to be an asshole and make their job hard. It may not have been her fault. Now, she should have caught on to the fact my food was not at the table and everyone else was almost done. So she goes back, and long story short, I got my food, but basically I got an excuse to it, and they did cover the cost of it and all that. But what got me through that process is I was realizing I was giving everyone every excuse in the world to why I didn't have my food. Rather than being able to just stand up and say, hey guys, there's something wrong here. It's been 20 minutes and I still don't have my food. Everyone else is almost done and I still don't have my food. Okay, so there's that line. Where is that line between being nice and being assertive, which is the word? What is that assertiveness? Okay, where is that where you stand up and say something, not worrying, okay, knowing that you need to stand up for your truth and it may hurt someone. Okay, because the other thing I've seen people do, I've seen myself do. Okay, yeah, Arctic Fox. I do have to say it was great. We had a great musician who was improvising songs and all that, which was great, but yeah, it was definitely frustrating. Um, but another thing I've seen people do with this, they will go to the point where, like I just said, you're not standing up for yourself, okay, or even your beliefs. Okay, we see this a lot when you start talking about your beliefs, whether it be political, religious, whatever, and people don't want to stand up and state their beliefs because they're worried they're going to make someone else feel bad or like less of a person by making their own comment. Okay, so in the end, you feel like less of a person because you are in a way making yourself less of a person by not standing up for yourself. And that's what's so hard, coming up with that balance again. And this is something, like I'm saying, I've been working this last year for. I mean, Amber, you laughed a couple times at this. It's been probably 9 months since she and I had this talk. And I've gotten hell of a lot better, but I still am having issues with it. And I'm still having to find myself and work forward on it. And so next is forgiveness. Okay. See, Arctic, and that's great. My mom's that way. My mom can talk about politics. She don't give a shit what she upsets people about. Me, on the other hand, I do. And it's something I'm starting to learn to stand up and say, hey, these are my beliefs. And my beliefs are who I am. And what's wrong with that? Because it's who I am. And they're not hurting. My beliefs aren't hurting someone else. So, when people as a nice person, you forgive people easily. Okay, someone hurts you, really easy to forgive. I've actually said that quite often on this channel, that I forgive people very, very easily. I don't forget. I always remember, but I forgive very quickly, very easily. And this one, when I saw this one earlier, this one hurt for me to see it first. Because I did not realize, to me, forgiving people was the sign of a good person. And it is. But I forget about the second part about that. When a person forgives someone very easily, without a second thought, without asking that person to make a change in their life, and they keep that person in their life, when that person repeatedly keeps doing the same mistake over and over and over, okay, they continue to do the same thing, and they're hurting you with those actions. That's where the problem becomes. Okay, this is something that I think you see quite often in DV. Someone will forgive their partner over and over and over. Hey, Kimmy Kids. And trying to forgive them, trying to let them know it's okay, we're okay, knowing in their heart nothing's gonna change. And that becomes part of this whole thing of being nice to the detriment of yourself. Again, knowing your boundaries, knowing your self-worth, standing by your self-worth. Those are the things you got to remember, and you got to keep coming back to over and over and over. Also, when you think okay, I do this quite often. A lot worse in the past. I'm getting better at it. But someone will get upset with me, even now. And they'll be mad at me. They will yell at me. They'll cuss at me. They'll whatever it is they do with me. Exactly, Arctic Fox. It's like when a woman that stays with her abuser for years. That's exactly what that last one was like. And this one, okay, when that person is upset with you and mad and all that, and you keep trying so hard to make them happy, to get their approval. Cassie, Pia, come here. And all that matters is their approval. And because again, you're looking back at all of this stuff. Your identity is as a nice person. And if you're not a nice person, then you know what? You might be seen as a fake. All of these things can tie. And that's the reason why you can't just focus on one little area and expect all the rest of it fixes, because a lot of it can connect up. A person who's often like this will find themselves people pleasing. What did I say already about, yep, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, I can take on that task. Oh, I can do this. Okay, they may find themselves complimenting the person even though they don't deserve the compliment. Okay, you're getting yelled at by someone, so you try to turn the whole subject into a more positive one by complimenting and people pleasing and all that so that you can get the approval back. And that's something that's and yeah, Dawn, it is. Okay, it's hard not to turn into a doormat when you're in positions like that. Okay, I tend to be one of those, and I think a lot of people are like this who fall in this category. By the time I blow up, yeah, I've gotten pushed pretty far because I will hold it in deep. Okay, I will not let on that I'm pissed whatsoever. And then that last little thing triggers things and I blow up. And God help you if you're near me at that time. And because it isn't pretty. And I'm embarrassed when I do that because I know if I had just dealt with it earlier, I never would have gotten to that point. And that's where a lot of this comes into play. So, and again, and this one also, again, DV type related. You have a history. Again, we were saying that, yeah, Kimmykins, and yeah, I think a lot of us truly are. And a lot of people, especially if you have a history of abuse, you find that a large portion of people have a history of being nice to prevent having any of that harm. Okay. If a woman is being beat up by their boyfriend or vice versa, and you may find that person being overly nice just so the fight doesn't occur. Okay, if someone is being abused, a child is being abused, you will find that child being very, very easy to deal with. Because they're like, you know what, if I don't get the person mad, if I don't do this, then maybe they won't pay attention to me. And if they're not paying attention to me, then I don't have to worry about what happens. And then over the years, because of that type of reaction, we find ourselves getting used to that type of behavior. That behavior becomes who we are. Okay, it's how we react to everything. Okay, nice becomes a survival skill. Okay, it's how we got through life growing up. It's how we got through a relationship. And you know what? It worked in that situation, so we start expanding it through the rest of our life. And we find ourselves doing that with our friendships. We find ourselves doing that with work. We find ourselves doing it with everything because, you know, it's kind of hard in life to be two people. No matter what people want to say, it's hard to be two people. Okay, to keep track of what you're going to be like with this person as compared to what that person is kind of hard to do that. Now, are we? Hell yeah. I am a different person when I'm with my mom and my brother. I can be a total bitch at times when I'm with my mom. Okay, because I have such a level of comfort with her and trust that I know she will always forgive me. So I actually do things I probably should not do, and I take advantage of that. But it's definitely stuff that we do, and we have to. Let's see, Living Like Phoenix. My dad always said that a proper apology is apologizing for the action and having the true intention of never doing it again. Once somebody has apologized and then continues the bad behavior, it's time to make a firm boundary. I love that. And that's the truth. Give the person the chance. There's nothing wrong with giving a person a chance. That's what that apology is. You're giving that person a chance to make a change in their life. Because hopefully that person, I always say an apology is not for, when I apologize to someone, I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for them because they have recognized something in their behavior that they need to address. The same way, hey, Robbie, the same way if I apologize to someone, okay, like I just went through that whole thing with my mom. If I go up to my mom, Mom, I am so sorry for yelling at you this morning or something. She is accepting that apology not for herself. She's accepting it for me. She's giving me the chance to be better. She's giving me the chance to make a change in my life. Now, if she keeps accepting the apology and I keep behaving the same way, sooner she's going to be like, Loco, I'm sorry, girl. I'm tired of that. We're not going to keep playing this game. You've got to come to terms with something. You've got to deal with something because I'm not going to sit here and be on the other end of this for much longer. And they're exactly like Phoenix Amber just said. You're making that decision to create a boundary. She would make that decision that, you know what, I need a new boundary here. And that's what it all comes down to. So another thing, a lot of times when we are being overly nice is we will tell people it's okay and comfort them even though they've hurt us. It's not okay. Okay. Someone comes to me and they may have hurt me, they may have done, and this goes into the whole apology bit too. I think an apology sometimes should be more than just, oh, I accept. I think sometimes what's important for apology is for the two people to talk. Because in a case like this, if someone hurts me, okay, or I hurt someone else, and I go to them and I say, I'm sorry for what I did. And they're going to say, I'm okay. It's okay. I forgive you, whatever. But they're still hurting from that. I need to be able to understand that. And sometimes when you're overly nice, you don't want to explain that. I will actually, like I did yesterday with the person with the food, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's not, I'm freaking hungry right now. It's not okay. I want my food. I want to eat my food when the rest of the family eats my food. But oh, it's okay. It's okay. So see, there is that thing, whether it's a behavior type thing that both sides need to understand what's going on and ask for the apology or, okay, apologize, but then also understand just what that behavior did to that person. So that overly nice person is able to step up and say, yeah, that it is okay and I accept your apology, but I need you to understand what you did truly upset me. It truly made me question who I am. It truly, okay, I was in tears last night, whatever it is. So standing up for yourself does not mean you just, okay, there's a way to combine. And this is where that line is, that gray line between being nice and just being abrupt and finding that. Iris, because of the way I grew up with abuse and all, I tend to easily walk away from people very easy. My mom showed me the hell, so I stay away from people who are toxic. That's my boundary for the moment. And that's, you know what? And that's the thing also, as we're healing, each of us are walking a different journey, a different path. And our paths are going to change. Iris, you're going to come to a point in your life that that boundary will shift. Because you may not need to walk away right away because you've dealt with some of the issues that are underneath all that. But that happens on your time. And that's the problem. Sometimes when we are overly nice, we don't realize that was one of my things. I forget that my boundaries change over time because I'm changing over time. Okay, I'm still, and you know what? Moving and changing over time does not just go in one direction. You're going to be doing much better, and then all of a sudden something's going to happen and you're going to trigger yourself and you're going to go backwards a couple steps. Okay, for me, one of my biggest things, I did this about a year ago when I was watching The Handmaid's Tale. I was moving forward at an amazing rate. And then I watched Handmaid's Tale and I triggered the fuck out of myself one day. And it took me weeks to get myself back where I was. But the thing was, I started getting on my case thinking, why the hell am I not where I was a couple weeks ago? That's fine. That's fine. You can move ahead at your own time. And your friends are going to work with you. And you know what? The part with being nice, I felt like, well, no one's going to be able to understand where I am and where I was and where I'm going or anything like that. And that there's this moving line. So I always have to be this person here. No, you don't have to be that person there. You speak up and you tell your truth. That's what the thing is. We gotta speak up and tell our truth. And we can't be ashamed of that truth, because that's the other thing. Too many of us are ashamed of whatever that truth is. So, Don learned I couldn't say anything about anything he didn't agree with, or he would go into a rage. Better to stay silent, not living. Amen. And that's awesome, Don. That's awesome. And that's the thing. You don't, with one of the earlier I was saying, you don't say things because you know what? You don't want the blow up that might come from it. And so you do a lot of these things. And you do them as survival skills. I said that just a second. Being nice is a survival skill. But the problem comes when that survival skill affects your ability to grow, your ability to become the person you're meant to be. And so the next is labels. Okay. When you're a overly nice person, you are scared to death of labels. Okay, you're scared to death a lot of times that someone is going to label you as selfish or you're toxic, okay, because you are standing up to people. Okay, you are so scared if you stand up and you tell someone, no, I can't do that today because I've got all this going on. Someone is going to call you selfish and not a team player. Okay, or they're going to say, oh, well, you're not real nice. You don't care about me. And that's not what it is. And what's so funny, I lived my life that way for so long. And when I started making the changes, okay, I saw friends like today. Okay, my best friend. Okay, when I told her, oh, I'll get to the wedding stuff a little later today, she's like, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm like, oh, 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 wow, okay. Because I was scared to even suggest that. Okay, I'll be on the phone with someone and I'm like, I'm tired, I need to get off or something. And all of a sudden I'll say it finally and I'll speak up for myself because I know my own health and where if I don't get to sleep at a certain point, I'll whatever. And okay, fine, no problem. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh, okay. I've always thought I had to wait for the other person to get off the phone first. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? It sounds crazy when I say this shit. It really does. But you know what? There are things that have gone through my head. And so I think that's a lot. And as we're kind of closing this kind of up, we've kind of gone through a lot of the thing. I think that's a lot of the issue is as we're going through so many of these things, we're seeing it from this point of view of, especially if you've come into this from a survivor or abuse victim or whatever point of view. You're dealing with someone who has set up behaviors in you that was a narcissist, that didn't care about anything but themselves. And hey, MX. And you're at this point where you feel like all of this is what normal people are going to get pissed off at you if you tell them, oh, I can't do that right now. No, a narcissist will. Someone who only cares about themselves, yeah, they're going to do that. But you know what? The majority of people aren't going to. A person who's truly your friend, they're not gonna. And once I found with me, once I started taking those little steps. Okay, and that's what they are, little steps. Say no to something once. Stand up for something another time. You start finding yourself getting to this point where, oh, eye openers. Wow. And then you're able to say it again. Then you're able to say it again. Now you're going to remember in the back of your head, yeah, you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to turn into an asshole either. Okay, but chances are you're not gonna. And if you do, hopefully you've got great friends who are going to be able to pull you back, because that's the other, Amber, you remember this part of the discussion? I said, hey, if you start seeing me going too far the other direction, please kick my ass for me for real quickly also. That's what friends do. So have that. Have a friend, okay, as we're kind of talking about how you can change these things. Okay, contact someone that you really trust and ask them, can you please let me know if I'm crossing that line? I'm going to try to make these changes, but can you help me know if I'm crossing a line? Or let me know if maybe I'm not making enough of a change. Because that's the other thing. I found a lot of times what I was doing, I thought I was standing up for myself, but I wasn't. But I was positive I was. But I just wasn't whatsoever. And oh my gosh, living like Phoenix. Hand whipping whipped cream. Ooh, yes. Love it. And yeah, all of us do fit these labels. I'll be honest, Sleuth Mom. Every one of us fits we're all got bits of narcissism in us. We all do. Okay, whether people like to see it or not. Every single one of us do. Every single one of us deal with being too nice at times or being an asshole at times. We all have these things. And the moment we can accept that about ourselves and not get mad at ourselves, but also know, oh, this is something I got to work on and other people see this. And we can work with our friends. We can let our friends tell us, because you know what? I found, with me at least, I don't recognize shit I do as easily as my friends will recognize it watching me. Okay, because I'm seeing it from a totally different point of view. So by having a friend come up to me and saying, hey, you know what, Loco, I'm noticing this about you right now. It gives me a chance to back myself off for a second. Think, do I see this? Was it misread? Because sometimes it's misread. Sometimes something that I've decided to do comes across completely differently. And the thing is, what a lot of us don't realize, it's not how we see things as real. It's how other people see it that's real. A lot of times we get into this idea. I kind of mentioned at one time, a long time ago, that when I was real little, I used to think that the world was almost like this movie and I was the only real one in it. And everyone else were like these, I don't know, I don't even know the right word for it, automatons or whatever, that were just acting parts and all that. And of course you grow up and you realize, no, it's not true. But that's tends to be, we tend to always think about things as the way we see them. And we forget to look at things from the direction of, what do other people see in us? And it's good to ask those friends that you can trust, what do you see? Hey, Carrie, I love that you said the stuff about the 4 agreements. I need to do another video on those now that we're getting more people interested in them. I know Rosalie and Carrie have been talking about the 4 agreements, and they're seriously, gang. There is a free version of it you can download, and I read it back in the 2000s when I was dealing with healing and my issues at the height of all that. And I honestly can say it's one of the shortest, easiest reads I've ever done. You can actually find it where people have read it here on YouTube. I actually found that. And it's so simple. Such a simple set of rules and stuff like that. But you know what? If you go in, thank you, Rosalie. I was hoping and praying you read my mind when I was thinking, can Rosalind pop up that thing? I was hoping you would read my mind there, and you did. And so take a look at it, gang, because it really, hey, Kelly. And it does make a difference as you're moving through life, because so many of these things that I'm talking about, okay, not taking things personally. Okay, when I'm talking about having a friend coming to you and talking about what people are seeing in your actions, you've got to really quickly understand, okay, that they're seeing this in your actions because of their life and how they approach things. And their approach in life is not the same approach as yours, but it's real to them and it's important for them. Okay, so there's so many different things that connect. And also, please take a look at that. Okay, please take a look at a lot of the different things that are out there. Okay, I've tried to keep a playlist that's all mental health. Okay, and then of course we have the one for the 4 agreements. But the mental health one is there for you guys just to be able to go down and say, you know what, I'm dealing right now with, okay, anxiety. Bingo, right there. Let's see what is there for people to help with. Okay, does go along with the idea, gang, that this whole mental health Friday bit is truly a lot of it. Yes, like tonight I needed a subject quick and I'm like, what do I deal with that I kind of know, okay, because I've been dealing with it for so much. And but you know what, I also find out, as we saw here, we all are going through so many of the same things. So if there's one thing that you are really trying to address in your own life, I guarantee you there's at least 3 or 4 other people in this chat right now who are trying to go through that same exact thing. Guarantee you. So if there's something whatsoever it is that you would like to talk about more here, please let me know. Okay. Please. Okay. I've got my email, the localmylife@gmail.com. I am also just, as we're kind of pulling this down, because I am going to have to jump off fairly soon here because of rehearsal, but I am pulling together. We do have the Discord for anyone who is interested. Discord is, in fact, let me get that invite for y'all real quickly because I did not do that ahead of time. Here's Discord for anyone who is new here that would like to join. It's there in chat right now. And but I'm also setting up a Facebook group. Someone who may or may not be in this group right now actually found that Facebook group and is in it now. So there is actually one member in that group already. We'll see if anyone else can find that Facebook group. And also just a place for us to be able to come together, talk about our issues, because this community is getting stronger and stronger by the day. We're starting to develop this group that can talk with each other, that can work with each other, that can help each other, and be there for each other. And that's the first step to being able to really work with stuff. Dawn, that's awesome. I will be sharing it on the community page probably in the next couple days. I just want to make sure I'm available for you guys when I do activate it. The last couple days I have not been really available. And I want to make sure I am. So, and that's why I was thinking, Dawn, exactly what you just said. A lot of people don't use Discord, and I understand that. So I will be sharing all that out for you guys. But, and hopefully it'll be a place we can come around, just talk story, have fun, kind of do cantina-ish type things throughout the week. Just have fun in Facebook. And also, but I would love to have any help, okay, on subject ideas that you guys would like to talk about, because this is as much for you guys as it is for me. And so if you guys email me, feel free to email me at any time during the week about anything, actually. Okay, also the Missing Monday stuff. I'm hoping to expand on that a little bit. There's so many people. I realized over this last week how many messages I got from people asking me, could I cover so-and-so? Could I cover so-and-so? There's so many that need covered. So if you guys, please feel free to send me that. And anything you guys, healing is much. Dawn, okay, I am not reading the whole thing here out at first, but your first line there, healing's a must with everything we do. We can't truly become the person we're meant to be until we begin to heal. Okay, and some of us are healing from different things. Some of us, it might, okay, just be healing from the idea of being alone on our own for the first time. Okay, we're all dealing with different issues at different times. So, hey, MX Big, yes. And also, awesome. So, we do have our stuff for Living Like Phoenix, is given the information out about Cantina. So, like I said, we will be doing Aloha Friday at the YT Cantina. Again, if I get out, and who knows at this rate tonight how long they're going to keep me involved in this meeting. And but I will join you guys in if I can. And but no matter what, I know you guys are going to have fun because we always have fun with Canteen. So, hey, you guys, this is always so much. You guys make this easy. I am going to say this. When I started doing the mental health lives, I was scared as shit to just sit here and talk about mental health issues. Okay, at the beginning, that's why I did the 4 agreements. It was something I could do without talking about issues. And because opening up about yourself is hard. And then I came in here and I met a group of people who talk. And then I started looking over in chat and people started sharing. And that means the world, the fact that so many people share of themselves, because that is a sign of love and respect when other people do that around each other. And that's what we've got going on here. So thank you all so much on that. Good luck to Miss Iris on her keto diet. She is doing some awesome stuff on that right now. And I know we've got, Dawn just wanted to share this with what Carrie just said. There's a Facebook group called Narcissistic Abuse UK. See, and that's the other reason why I want to have the Facebook thing, so people can share and actually we can kind of help each other out with things when you're dealing with rough stuff. So thank you guys so much. You guys have been hanging out and a lot longer than I expected I'd be on. So I really thank you all so much. I hope y'all have a great rest of the night. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Cantina over on our dear Amber's channel, Living Like Phoenix. Rosalie, I love you, my dear. Mwah. You're the bomb. All of you guys, I love you guys. Yeah. I love sitting down here is where I enjoy it. Just sitting here and being with everyone. I love it. So I look forward to talking to you later. Aloha and have a great Friday night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.